Chosen one. Before we go any further, I want you to do one thing. Don't think about today. Think about who you were a few years ago. The person who used to sit alone in the darkness, wondering if their life would ever change. Remember those nights you couldn't sleep because your mind was filled only with anxiety. Remember the feeling of watching others move forward while your own life seemed to stand still. Remember the times you smiled in front of everyone, but when you returned home, you felt like you were slowly falling apart. Perhaps no one knew. No one saw the tears. No one heard the silent prayers. No one knows how many times you wanted to give up. But then the next morning, you still got up. And today, look at yourself. You may still have many goals unachieved. You may still be fighting every day. But there is a truth you have forgotten. You are no longer the person who once thought they couldn't make it through. You survived things that back then you believed would destroy you. And that is why. This video isn't to tell you that success is coming. This video is to remind you of how far you have come. And more importantly, don't let all that you have suffered only lead you to a mediocre life. Let's look back at that journey and remember why you are not allowed to stop. Chosen one. There is something very strange about humans. We always remember the victories, but forget the price we had to pay to get them. Be honest with yourself. Was there a time when you woke up every morning with no motivation in your heart? You still went to work, still smiled, still told everyone everything was fine. But inside, you were slowly breaking. You once looked at your bank account and wondered, how will I keep going? You once watched others succeed and silently wondered, why isn't it me? You tried time and time again, only to receive rejection. You trusted and were betrayed. You placed all your hope, only to watch everything collapse right before your eyes. The most painful thing isn't losing money. It isn't failure. It's that one day you start to doubt yourself. You wonder if you're good enough, if those dreams are too big, if this life is trying to tell you to give up. And perhaps that is the most dangerous moment. Not because you failed, but because for the first time you started to believe you were born to fail. If you've ever experienced that feeling, remember this. The person you are today was created from the very days you thought you couldn't take another step. Because true strength is not born on the days when everything goes smoothly. It is forged in the days when you have nothing left but a single choice. Keep walking. Even if it's slow, even if it's exhausting, even if no one believes in you. And if you are still sitting here today, still listening to these words, then there is a truth no one can take away from you. You have overcome more than you usually remember, and this is only the beginning of the story. Chosen one, there is a truth that very few people talk about. The greatest victories in life usually don't happen in front of a crowd. There is no applause, no congratulations, no one even knows they existed. The day you decided to get up after a failure, no one knew. The day you forgave someone who hurt you, no one knew. The day you chose to keep trying, even though your heart was filled with exhaustion, no one knew. The world only sees the results. They see you calmer, more mature, more stable. They see what you have, but they don't see the price you had to pay. They don't see the nights you fought against fear, the mornings you had to drag yourself out of despair, the times you told yourself just one more day. Then the next day, you said the same thing. And just like that, day by day, step by step, you built the person you are today. That is what makes you different. Not because you never fell, but because every time you fell, you learned how to stand up stronger than before. Maybe today you aren't where you want to be yet, but stop for a moment and ask yourself, If you went back to your darkest days, would that version of you believe that one day you would be as calm as you are today, as resilient as today, strong enough to overcome the things that once broke you? Probably not. And that is the thing to be most proud of, because sometimes the miracle isn't that life suddenly changes. The miracle is you. It's the person who has been refined through every pain to become the version you once thought you could never be. Chosen one. There is one thing that only when looking back do you realize. What happened to you didn't just change your circumstances, it changed who you are. Before, you were easier to trust, easier to disappoint, easier to break. Just one rejection was enough to make you doubt your own value. Just one failure was enough to make you think about giving up. But look at you today. You no longer react as you did before. Not because life has become easier, but because you have become stronger. The storms of those years didn't knock you down, they taught you how to stand firm. The losses didn't take away who you are, they taught you what is truly worth cherishing. The betrayals didn't make you lose faith in everyone, they taught you to see people with more wisdom. And the failures didn't prove that you were weak, they forced you to become a more resilient version of yourself. Perhaps that is the most precious thing the difficult years have left behind. Not money, not fame, but an inner strength that no one can buy. Today, if a new challenge appears, you will still worry, you will still be afraid, but one thing is different. You no longer doubt your ability to get back up, because you have done it, not just once, but many times. That is why, never underestimate the person you have become, because today's version was built from hundreds of small decisions made on days when there seemed to be no hope left. And that very person will be the foundation for everything you can still achieve ahead. Chosen one. There is a trap that very few people recognize. It isn't poverty, it isn't failure, it isn't rejection, it is forgetting who you once were. When life starts to get better, it's very easy to forget the days we prayed just for one more chance. It's very easy to forget the nights we promised ourselves, if one day I get through this, I will never stop trying. But then, time passes, the wounds heal, life becomes more comfortable, and that promise gradually disappears. Ask yourself one question. If you went back to the worst day of your life and told that version of yourself, one day you will have what you once dreamed of, but then you will settle too soon, you will stop growing, you will forget why you started. What do you think that version of you would say? Perhaps they wouldn't blame you, but they would be disappointed. Because they endured so much to bring you to today. Don't let the tears of that year only be exchanged for a safe life. Don't let the times you fell only help you live more comfortably. Let everything you have been through become the foundation for a more meaningful life. You didn't walk through the storms just to stop as soon as the sky cleared. You walked through them to keep going further. And that is the greatest gift you can give to the version of yourself that once gritted their teeth and refused to give up. Chosen one, imagine right now there is someone standing in front of you. That is not a stranger, that is you. It is the version of you from many years ago, the version that stayed awake all night from worry, that lost their way, that felt like they were nothing, that thought, maybe this life would never get better. They quietly look at you. Look at your life today. You may not be as wealthy as you wish. You still have unfinished goals. You still have challenges to face. But do you know the first thing they would see? Not the amount of money in your account, not the house, not the car, but the look in your eyes. Before those eyes were filled with fear, full of doubt, full of exhaustion. Today, those eyes are calmer, more determined, steadier, because finally you have become the person they only dared to hope for back then. Perhaps they wouldn't say much, they would just smile, then say one sentence to you: "Thank you for not giving up." Just 5 simple words, but that is perhaps the most valuable thanks you have ever received, because no one understands what you went through better than the person you were that day. So, before you blame yourself for not being successful enough, take a moment to be grateful to the person who once fell, but still decided to stand up one more time. If it weren't for them, there would be no you today. Chosen one, perhaps after watching this far, you will realize one thing. You spend too much time thinking about what you don't have and forget everything you have overcome. Yes, you still have unfulfilled dreams, you still have mountains to conquer, but never let the desire for tomorrow make you undervalue the person you have become today. Be grateful to the version of you that once cried in silence, but still woke up the next morning. Be grateful to the version that once failed, but didn't let failure decide their fate. Be grateful to the version that gritted their teeth and kept going when no one believed you could do it, because it was they who brought you here. And now, it's your turn to do the same for yourself in the future. Don't stop. Not because you aren't enough, but because there is still so much more you can become. Don't live a life just to prove something to others. Live a life that makes your past self smile and makes your future self grateful. If this video has reminded you of how far you've come, write one phrase in the comments: "Still standing." Not to prove it to anyone, but to remind yourself that no matter how many times you have fallen, you are still here. And as long as you are still standing, your story is not over yet.